How would you like it if your ideal clients came to you and asked you if they could work with you? That's what we're going to talk about today. This is the Master Your Marketing Boot Camp. And what we're going to talk about today is we're going to start focusing our message. So we went through some mindset stuff. You're not your business. You are good enough. That was the previous video. So if you haven't seen them, go back and watch them. Today, we're going to talk about how do you start focusing your message so that people actually pay attention. And the first step is you've got to have a niche, right? The old adage, the riches are in the niches, is really very true. And I want to just quickly address some common reasons why people don't niche down, and then the purposes of having a niche. So there are actually many kind of fears or reasons why people resist niching down, but in all reality, it boils down to pretty much one thing, and that is I'm afraid of losing out. I'm afraid that if I niche down, that it's going to be too narrow and I'm going to miss out on clients. And the truth of the matter is it's the opposite. When you niche down, you actually are just signaling to people that this is who you work with, and it helps them to raise their hand and say, yeah, that's me. When you niche down, it's a lot less of exclusion. You're not trying to exclude anybody, and a lot more of just activation. You know, I like to think of it as like a laser in like a scientific lab, like an actual laser that cuts things. That laser's point is to, when it hits whatever it's cutting, the point where it hits really, really heats up to the point where it can melt or can cut, right? But everything around that point also heats up. Your niche is the same way. You're trying to activate, you're trying to get that one point heated up, but all the niches around it, all the groups around it also get warmed up, also get activated, and they'll start coming to you too. That's how your reputation spreads, right? So niching down is not about excluding, it's about activating. And when you really embrace that, you're going to find a lot more success in your business. Now let's talk about 2 reasons why you would want to niche down. There's 2 reasons why we niche. The first is for your clients, and we've kind of already mentioned this, but the first one is that we want them to be able to raise their hands and say, yeah, that's me, when they hear that. You know, you say, I work with blank niche. We want them to be like, oh, hey, that's me. Or alternatively, hey, that's not me, but my brother, my friend, my cousin, they do that, right? So first is we want them to self-identify. We want them to self-filter. And the second is to help you in your marketing. If you know who you're trying to reach, your marketing channels become a lot more clear. So it's easier to market to people when you have a very defined niche. So let me just finish by saying that it's almost impossible to go too narrow. If a group exists and they have problems and money, you can build a business around them, right? It's almost impossible to go too narrow. Okay, so that's your task for today. I want you to think about what is my niche, and I want you to go narrow with your niche and deep with your niche, and that's how you're going to succeed, okay? Until next time, go take some fast, focused, imperfect action. This is the Master Your Marketing Bootcamp. We'll have another tip tomorrow. We're going to put that niche into a marketing message, and it's going to be amazing. You're going to love it.